Welcome back to Studio 10. We've got a familiar face joining us in the new year to talk about real estate here in 2022. Rob Buffington joins us today. So today I figure let's talk about this whole home buying process for buyers and how the offer works and some of the terminology used. What can a homeowner expect or home buyer expect when there's an offer involved? How does that work?
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a lot of terminology that we throw around as realtors, earnest money deposit or EMD, short, contingencies, price and terms, big things, that's what we look at when we negotiate an offer. So I think that people need to know going in, one is they should be pre-qualified. They should have already talked to a lender. I often counsel buyers on, let's not focus so much on the price of the home, especially in this day and age because the interest rates are so low.
Right.
Let's focus on what payment you're comfortable with. So financing would be a part of the offer. How are they financed? Are they financed with FHA, rural development, VA, conventional? And that all comes into play in the offer. Earnest money deposit is typically 1% of the offer, so that's pretty standard in our area. And that money is protected throughout the process. A lot of people come to me and they're like, well, I don't want to put up a large earnest money deposit because what if something goes awry through the process? Well, it's extremely difficult in the state of Michigan to take a buyer's earnest money deposit unless you've made it past inspections and past appraisal. And then you decided, well, I decided I don't want this house. Then the seller's probably due the earnest money deposit. Most of the time it's protected through the process. So contingencies, we could talk about that for the entire segment, right? Contingencies could be a number of different things. Do they have a house to sell, right? Are they, do they need to get into the house right away? What's the inspections look like? That's part of the contingency. Is there formidable title, right? Is it an estate? Do we need to make sure that there's no clouts on the title, which we do. We pull title work on everything right away. As soon as we submit an offer, our title company is right upstairs. We pull title work because we don't want an issue in the 11th hour. I get my eyes on the title. I have a closer. She looks at the title work so that we make sure that the buyer is protected, because if the buyer's expected to move on the 31st of December, which happens, and there's an issue with title, we can't close, right? So those are some of the things, and yes,
just some of the things. I'm exhausted just going through this process, and that is true. I mean, for people that maybe are first-time home buyers, or maybe this is a home with other circumstances involved, this can be an exhausting process, and that's why they don't want to do it a for sale by owner. They want to involve a realtor to help out, right?
Absolutely. There's so many different inspection contingencies that you can put into an offer. Everything from pest and radon to your standard 4, which is your plumbing, heating, electrical, and structural, to, there's a number of different things. A sewer scope. I just got an inspection contingency on a sewer scope. So, just make sure that you talk to your agent, find out what's most important to you when you're negotiating the offer at the onset. Because you can't put those contingencies in later on, right? So you got to negotiate them up front.
You want everything on the table at first.
Absolutely.
No hidden surprises.
That's right.
We're not doing that in 2022, right?
Right, no.
Okay,
no.
Okay. All right, well, it is a confusing process, so if people are looking for a realtor or they want to find out more, how do they get in touch with you, Rob?
Pretty easy, homeseekers.net.
All right, very good. Well, we appreciate the information. Happy 2022.
You too.
All right, stick around. We've got more fun coming up on Studio 10.